we are kicking things off with massive news shaking the tech world. Samsung Electronics unionized workers rallied at the Pyeongtaek plant, demanding the abolition of the performance bonus cap, and senior executives from Samsung Electronics rushed directly to a union to make their demands heard. This is a major confrontation brewing at the heart of the company, and we dive deep into what this means for the future of Korean industry. Employees are poised to walk off the job this Thursday, potentially triggering the largest strike in the tech company's history, all stemming from the fierce debate over performance bonuses and profit sharing. The stakes couldn't be higher because this dispute impacts South Korea's economy directly, with experts warning that even a single day of suspension at the Samsung Electronics semiconductor factory could cause losses of up to 1 trillion won. If talks fail, the government is ready to invoke emergency arbitration, and will be right here to track every development, including the exciting reveal of the upcoming Samsung Galaxy S26 series update, which promises a lighter fold. Court intervention has successfully blocked a planned union strike by Samsung Electronics workers, a development that is expected to ease concerns within the global supply chain. Approximately 40,000 unionized workers at the company's Pyeongtaek plant gathered on April 23, 2026, to demand the removal of the cap on performance bonuses. The workers issued a threat of a general strike to pressure the company into addressing their demands. In response to the escalating situation, several senior executives from Samsung Electronics reportedly rushed to meet with union representatives on Friday, signaling an attempt to de-escalate the dispute and secure a resolution. Samsung Electronics and its labor union have concluded the first day of the second round of post-dispute mediation at South Korea's National Labor Relations Commission, reporting that both sides are actively seeking common ground. The intensive talks, focused on contentious bonus payment criteria, took place at the Commission's office in the government complex Sejong from 10 a.m. to 6:20 p.m. Choi Seung-ho, chairman of the Samsung Electronics Union's Joint Strike Headquarters, stated following the session that the union participated in the negotiations in good faith and confirmed they will resume discussions on May 19. He declined to comment on management's position shifts or the implications of a potential court injunction. The morning session was dedicated to presenting the respective positions, while the afternoon featured intense negotiations over the foundation for bonus funding and the ceiling on payouts. A commission official offered a positive assessment, noting that both parties engaged actively and that the panel felt it had gathered necessary input from both labor and management. National Labor Relations Commission Chairman Park Soo-joon indicated that the panel is actively working to identify overlapping positions and draft a mediation proposal for the next session. The two sides confirmed they are finding common ground. The post-dispute mediation process is crucial, as the union has a planned strike scheduled for May 21, making this current round a critical opportunity to reach a settlement. The next session is scheduled to resume on May 19 from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., with the Commission aiming to maximize input before drafting a formal proposal. Should discussions extend beyond the scheduled time, the meeting could potentially be extended to May 20. This follows a previous mediation round that concluded in the early hours of May 13. Samsung has secured a partial injunction that blocks planned industrial action by its South Korean workers later this week, but the threat of a massive strike remains potent. Up to 50,000 Samsung employees are poised to walk off the job this Thursday, which, if realized, would mark the largest strike in the tech company's history. The core of the dispute centers on worker bonuses. The union had demanded that Samsung allocate 15% of operating profits for performance-based bonuses, eliminate the payout cap, and establish a fixed calculation formula. Samsung reportedly countered by offering 10% of operating profits for bonuses alongside a one-time special compensation package. Initial negotiations stalled last week, but last-minute talks resumed on Monday, facilitated by the South Korean government. An agreement is still pending, setting the stage for an 18-day strike commencing May 21 if talks fail. The new injunction restricts the scope of the planned action. A Suwon District Court order on Monday prohibits unionized workers from taking over company facilities or disrupting other staff. Furthermore, normal staffing levels must be maintained for safety and security-related tasks, such as necessary maintenance work. While the injunction has tempered the immediate threat, it has not entirely stopped the industrial action. The planned strike is a major concern for the South Korean government, given that Samsung contributes over 13% of the nation's GDP in 2024 and is its largest employer with over 125,000 staff. Analysts warn that the action could significantly impact the national economy, estimating that a single day of suspension at the semiconductor factory could incur direct losses of up to 1 trillion won. Prime Minister Kim Min-seok has indicated that if an agreement is not reached, the government is prepared to issue an emergency arbitration order under South Korean law, allowing the Labor Ministry to suspend the strike for up to 30 days if it seriously threatens the national economy. President Lee Jae-myung also addressed the situation on social media, emphasizing the need for fair compensation for workers and shared risk between shareholders and the company's profits. Samsung is preparing to unveil a significant update for its Galaxy S26 series in May 2026, according to recent analysis from Samiguru. The anticipated news centers on the forthcoming foldable device, with speculation suggesting that the next model could feature a notable reduction in weight compared to its predecessor. Industry watchers are closely monitoring these rumored specifications, as Samsung continues to push the boundaries of mobile technology with its flagship lines.